What's up, chat? What's up, chat? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hey, I got an important video to react to today. Very important. Um, this is gonna be we're gonna have a difficult conversation. I know this could be very hard to talk about. And of course, that's money and how money affects your mental health. But of course, a lot of people don't even, you know what I mean? A lot of people don't even know what mental health is.
Nope.
So, but those who do, then keep it up. But let's go ahead and get into it because there's a lot to talk about.
Rising costs of everyday goods is what's driving their stress. And that's one of the highest numbers of stress that we have seen in the Stress in America survey.
4 in 10 Americans say that money affects them negatively and the state of their mental health.
Money is a universal stressor, regardless of your financial standing.
Poor mental health not only takes a toll on a person's overall well-being, but it's also bad for the economy. Workers experiencing even one poor mental health day a month could lead to $53 billion less in total income.
See, it's all about money, man. They only care about money. They don't care about human lives. They don't care about human beings. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just kind of weird. Everything, like, you know what I mean? Everything's about money. You know what I mean? Money comes first than a human life. What a sad state to be in. Like,
Nope.
it is a sad state to be in. Like, honestly, they care about money
Nope.
than a human life.
I was feeling that depression and I didn't really know what to do.
It's affecting some Americans more than others.
Statistics say that 75% of Latinos are stressed about money. One of the biggest anxieties that we face is how are we going to build generational wealth?
So why is money so stressful in the United States? And what can Americans do to alleviate the pressure?
Let me know if you know the answer, chat. Please let me know. Hit the comment. Let me know. Hit the like button.
With the cost of living skyrocketing, many Americans are experiencing financial stress on a daily basis.
Something that comes up time and time again when we query Americans about their personal finances. Essentially, it is the expenses that surprise them on an ongoing basis. So trying to pay for everyday items, not...
Man, I just can't ignore that part. Like, I got to talk about that part. Like, look at this. Like, forget about saving. Like, almost 60% of Americans are actually unable to afford everyday expenses. Are you serious? Are you serious?
Nope.
I guess we're not going to talk about it. We're just going to be, I guess everything.
Oh, yeah. Everything's fine.
You know what I mean? It's just, we need to have a difficult conversation. How is this possible? How are we living like one of the richest country on this planet? You know what I mean? Prosperous country. But almost 60% of American population is actually unable to afford everyday expenses. You know what I mean? That alone should shock you guys. But no,
Oh, yeah. Everything's fine.
everything's fine.
Nope.
Everything's not fine, guys.
Nope.
Wake up. Okay? Let's go ahead and continue.
having emergency savings, and debt. Those 3 issues are at the top of their list of concerns.
Tanya Schultz and Leia Landaverde became money coaches after they experienced their own financial struggles.
So I was in debt off and on all of my 20s. and early 30s. And around when I was 34 is when I had about $28,000 in debt.
Even someone who has a master's degree in finance has their own personal finance issues, right? I was still figuring out how to adult as well as how to be in this corporate world, make an income, which for sure led to overspending, lifestyle.
Yeah, I am not talking about overspending. She is not what I'm talking about. Okay? Sorry guys, couldn't hear.
I was always
How
in a
about
lot of
now?
debt.
More than 80% of Americans ages 18 to 43 said money is a significant source of stress for them.
Certain individuals are struggling more when it comes to concerns about inflation and money.
Between men and women, there were differences in the way they processed it. We had more women tell us that it was negatively affecting their mental health, yet men told us that it affects their mental health more often.
I felt like I was at a low point because for my age and where I wanted to be, where I thought I should be in life, I felt like behind. I didn't have any savings. I was living paycheck to paycheck.
In a lot of ways, money is a safety net or a source of stability, and without it, people feel vulnerable and anxious about the future.
Latino and Black adults were more likely to say that money was a significant stressor more frequently than white and Asian respondents.
Especially coming from my experience as a first gen, my parents didn't know how to navigate this financial system. That's why I even myself entered finance, because I saw the stress my parents faced. So then I could learn and help protect them as well as protect the community and providing them education about finances that are, transparent.
Many Americans don't feel hopeful about their financial future, with 41% saying it's, quote, going to take a miracle to be ready for retirement.
Basically, 40% just gave up. You know what I mean? It's basically saying 40% of Americans just gave up and don't really have a plan. You know what I mean? To retire and to live a good life after you worked all of these years. You was waking up early in the morning or whatever, and you spent 8 hours on your day working. And at the end of the day, when you get older, you have nothing to show. All those years that you were working, nothing. So how are you telling younger generation to go through the same thing that are like 41% of Americans going through? Like how are you expecting those people to pull it off? Aren't you like aren't you supposed to tell people to learn from your mistakes? Seems like, it seems like we're just heading at the wrong direction, to be honest, if you ask me. But again, everything is.
Oh, yeah, everything's fine.
Everything is
Oh, yeah, everything's fine.
for you guys, right? But for me,
Nope. Nope.
not at all. But let's go ahead and continue.
I think the problem in recent years has been that there has been this so-called risk shift, whereas the risk of being responsible for things has been shifted from others onto the individual. What can you put on that list? The cost of obtaining a college education, previously in the public realm, borne by taxpayers. We know where that's been going. The burden of saving for retirement was often more heavily owned by employers when they provided pension benefits. That was shifted to individuals with the changes in 401ks. Healthcare has become increasingly expensive. That's responsible for 1/5 of the American economy, and consumers and employers bear that burden.
Americans say they're feeling pressure to cut back on spending. More than 50% of adults say they've already cut back on dining out and will consider reducing their spending more if inflation continues to.
What? So you're basically saying don't go out, cut back on your dining, don't have fun, more stress. That is more stress, basically. Do you guys agree? Or are you guys still stuck in that?
Oh, yeah, everything's fine.
Basically, you're gonna have to cut out, because every time you step out of your house, guess what? You're gonna have to go spend some money. You're gonna have to spend that money. But what if you don't have that money? You're gonna have to cut back, right? Which means no more going out, no more having fun, which creates more stress, more anxiety, more mental health issues. But again,
Oh, yeah, everything's fine.
okay, okay.
To rise. More than 75% of adults said they're worried higher prices will force them to rethink their financial choices. Even higher income Americans making at least $100,000 per year say they either have or are considering cutting back on spending.
What? What?
Nope. Nope.
That is crazy, guys. That is if that does not freak you out, I don't know what will. Honestly. Are you kidding me? If people who are making over six figure a year are actually cutting back on their spendings, like what do you see as like what do you think average person is doing? Like how do you think average person is holding up? How do you think we're holding up? How? How are we supposed to survive? Like honestly, I make nowhere near six figure a year. You know what I mean? And an average person does not come close. So we're just, but again,
Oh, yeah, everything's fine.
I guess I'm the only one, huh? I guess I'm the only one, huh? This is why I just wanted to have this difficult conversation because, I don't hear this more often. You know what I mean? And I do participate a lot of pods, but dang, I understand. It's very, very difficult conversation and personal. You know what I mean? I'm almost like I'm like really frustrated, but I gotta hold myself back, man. I gotta finish this pot, because people who are making over six figure, man, are forced to cut back on their spendings. How do you think an average person is holding up?
Nope.
I can't even imagine, and I guess with all this inflation, and everything, and everyone is still blaming the average person. You know what I mean? I guess we'll go ahead.
Nope.
Just go ahead, continue. My bad, guys. You could not hear. Sorry. Let me bring a little bit back. All right, here we go.
So, when the economy is working for them, there's a greater likelihood that people will have hope that they can accomplish their basic personal financial objectives.
Americans are making a connection between their financial stress and worsening mental health. 42% of US adults say that money negatively impacts their mental health, with 28% saying they worry about their finances daily.
Many Americans tell us that some of their sources of financial stress are as simple as looking at their bank accounts or making purchases or talking about money.
Thinking about money or your finances, it can
Of course, they probably don't want us to watch this video.
with the approaching summer and travel plans, holidays, gift buying. All these things are really stressful and can trigger concerns about finances.
Sometimes dealing with stress can worsen someone's financial problems. An April 2020 Credit Karma survey found that 35% of respondents said that stress from the pandemic made them impulse buy.
I was sad, so I would shop. And that led to me accumulating over $30,000 of credit card debt. And
Dang, they probably don't want us to watch this video. For some reason, they don't want us to have this freaking difficult conversation. For some reason, they really don't want us to have this difficult conversation. Like, why?
to provide some sort of happiness, I was getting serotonin through shopping.
I started drinking more, and I feel like eating more and spending more. So like you start doing those coping mechanisms because you're stressed about money or stressed in life somehow. And so it was leading me down like a road that I didn't want to be on, but I didn't know. I felt stuck. I felt trapped.
Mental health issues can have serious consequences for a person's overall well being.
There is clear evidence that mental illness affects your physical health.
We typically see stress manifest in two ways. One are physical symptoms, so things like teeth grinding, headaches, stomach discomfort, muscle tension. The second is emotional responses, so that can look like anxiety and stress, difficulty sleeping, changes in your eating patterns. And so when those come together and they are
Yeah, that's me. That person that she
managed, that's
that person that she's describing, that's basically me. And but I'm sure it's not you, huh?
Oh, yeah, everything's fine.
Yeah, I know it's not you,
Nope.
but it's definitely me.
where we see really negative physical and emotional consequences.
Many people struggle with the shame of their financial difficulties, and it's often a burden that's carried alone in silence. And in turn, people go to great lengths to hide their financial difficulties, which further entrenches them in their isolation.
Please do not isolate yourself. That's why that's why I actually built this community. I want to build a community where we actually help one another. Like, isolation is one of the worst. It's just a little bit like better than just death, I guess. You're just basically getting closer to die if you're isolated. To be honest, you have a you have a high likely of dying. Like, if you're isolated, to be honest with you, because it's no joke. So please do not be isolated. If you need to seek help. If you find yourself stuck, you know what I mean. Um, that is just please.
And that isolation and burden can become so great that people facing these difficulties are more likely to experience suicidal thoughts and even make suicide attempts as a way to escape from their problems.
Please. That's why I'm here. Reach out to us. Let's build a community where we help one another and figure it out. We might not have all the answers yet, but we will. So, like, that's why we gotta work together, find a solution. I know not a lot of people doing that, but let's start. Let's start, okay? Just like, let's start communicating, building a community, and figure it out. The solution.
While there are many forces at play that are outside of people's control, such as the rising cost of living, there are steps Americans can take on their own to help themselves feel more financially secure. Experts say the first step is examining your mindset around money.
I was constantly looking for how can I find hope in this situation? Because you can have fear and scarcity, especially nowadays. It's so easy with the economy and inflation. We're bombarded by it every day. I'm like, there's not enough money. There's not enough money. So it keeps us in a scarcity mindset and that fear around money.
I faced financial anxieties myself, and I had all the resources to actually take action on my debt or not even get into debt. But yet, because of my mental health and because of the environment I was in, and because I didn't want to take ownership of my finances, I had to face the realness of my debt.
There are experts such as therapists or money coaches who can help people deal with overwhelming feelings as well as make a financial plan.
But I understand. Not a lot of people can afford those, money advisors. The fuck out of it. Not a lot of people can can afford those. If people can't even afford their basic expenses, how do you expect people to have money to pay for personal financial, personal advisor? Oh, I mean financial advisor. What? How do you expect people to do that?
Nope.
But I guess,
Oh, yeah, everything's fine.
everything is fine.
Actually is a partner in crime, that you have someone by your side that helps you hold yourself accountable and provides you financial education at the same time with guided actionable steps forward to reaching your financial goals.
I think the biggest reason there's shame tied to finances because so much of our self-worth is tied to what we have in a tangible way. So people tend to relate their job or these external markers of success, numbers in their bank account, with their worth as a person, which is why it can be so difficult to deal with financial issues and especially seek out help for them.
It's also important to monitor your physical health.
What is happening to us mentally, it affects us physically also. If you're not treating your depression and anxiety well, you are probably not doing a great job managing blood pressure and diabetes and other chronic conditions.
Oh my God. That is well said. I need to play it back a little bit because this is very important, guys. This is very important. I don't want you guys to miss this part. So let me play back.
Are probably not doing a great job.
Important to monitor
Affects us physically also. If you're not treating your depression and anxiety well, you are probably not doing a great job managing blood pressure and diabetes and other chronic conditions.
This guy really, really deserves this. Well said, man. If you're not really taking care of your mental health, you're more you're not also taking care of your physical health. That includes your diabetes, your heart conditions, like anything. Basically, you're really not doing like a great, like you're not doing good for your what was, like I'm trying to say, basically what I'm trying to say is put your mental health first, because that's where it all starts. If you're not taking care of your mental health, you're actually not taking care of your physical body as well. So I guess most people, it's upside down. They only worry about their physical health, and they just kind of let their mental health slide. You know what I mean? Like that is the worst thing you can do. You just drift around on this crazy world. But
enough sleep, that you're staying active, and that you're staying socially connected.
The concept in mental health recovery is that a first step is building hope. We need to see that there's a path to recovery and that things will get better. And they usually do.
yes. So shout out to CNBC for that. But the moral of this story, guys, the moral of this story, have hope. Of course, have hope. Never, ever, ever lose hope. I don't care where you at in life. You know what I mean? Do not.
Nope.
Because if you lose hope, that's basically dying. You're dead. That's basically telling your body you're dead. Like, if you have no hope whatsoever. So that's a good place to start. Have a hope. You know what I mean? If you don't see any hope, you create. And I'm not just saying that, honestly. So, like, have a hope, and start somewhere. Join us, chat with us, be part of the community. Let's have hope. Let's build hope together. You know what I mean? Let's build a better, positive future, because as you guys already see, things are kind of shaky,
Nope.
and a lot of people are just like,
Oh, yeah.
you know.
Everything's fine.
But if you do not agree, if you do not think
Oh, yeah. Everything's fine.
everything's fine, then you're in the right place.
Nope.
You're in the right place.
Oh, yeah. Everything's fine.
Nope.
Nope. Oh, yeah. Everything's fine. Nope.
Maybe everything's fine for you, and that's fine. congratulations. But for the majority of people out here, things are not, things are not that great. You know what I mean? And but we're not giving up. We're not complaining. We're not giving up. We're just pointing out, how things are, and pointing out the facts and figuring it out, like how we can overcome these obstacles. So please, please join the family and hit that like button. You're gonna definitely, when you hit that like button, yes, you're helping me and you're helping the community. So we can build a positive, honest future, an honest lifestyle. You know what I mean? So before I leave you, please hear this out.
Stand guard at the door of your mind.
Again.
And you decide what goes into your mental factory. Don't let anybody just dump anything they want to in your mental factory, because you've got to live with the results.
Remember that. That's a no-no. Okay?
Nope.
Remember that. One more time.
Stand guard at the door of your mind.
Because?
And you decide what goes into your mental factory. Don't let anybody just dump anything they want to in your mental factory, because you've got to live with the results.
You're going to have to live with the results, okay? It's your mind. It's your brain. It's your life. You decide. You know what I mean? Don't let, anybody else manipulate you or tell you like how something are. No, like you figured it out. You fact check things. Like it's your responsibility, because you only got one life, my friend. So how are you gonna live? Are you like, don't just follow the herd, okay? Don't just follow what everybody says. Check it out. Like, is it true? What everybody tells you, is it true? Don't just believe it, okay? And don't tell me you ain't got no time for that. Yes, you do. It's your life. If you don't have time for your life, then you're telling me that you dead? I mean, a lot of people, man, I already heard a lot of people, said that, they're just breathing. But I refuse to just, be negative. If you're breathing, I consider that you're living. Some people do not consider that as living.
Nope.
But to me, if you're breathing, yeah, you're living. You're just not awake yet. You just don't know your purpose, or you don't care enough to start finding out your purpose. But yeah, you're living. Some people would say, no, those are just breathing. Living is when you're actually, going after your purpose, when you're living your purpose, your best life. You know what I mean? Not trapped, not, work this 9 to 5 shift and, just come back home, and then without, the circle continues, It's just that hamstring wheel, and then at the end of your life, you're going to be broke, miserable. I hope that's not you. I really hope that's not you. But if you follow, all I'm saying is that if you follow that lifestyle that this society is telling us to do, you're going to end up in a bad place. And if you don't know that,
nope.
If you do not know that, and you're one of these people,
Oh, yeah, everything's fine.
then I really wish you good luck. I hope you wake up. And, I hope you wake up. But with that being said, guys, please,
stand guard at the door of your mind.
And don't let.
And you decide what goes into your mental factory. Don't let anybody just dump anything they want to in your mental factory, because you've got to live with the results.
Remember that, my friends. Okay? Remember that, my friends. Until next time, please take care of your mental health and stay positive, okay?